Good morning, all of you. The dignitaries on the dais, my good friend Prof. Rao, Professor Hari, Professor Amritavalli, Professor Rama Mohana Rao, of the dais, Ram Shekhar Reddy, Vijayawada from Krishna University, and all the invitees, recipients of Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishna Best Teacher Award today, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to appreciate the society for organizing this kind of program to recognize and respect the outstanding performers among the teachers serving in various institutions across the country. Always I respect the people who respect the teachers. And this institution is one institution doing a great job in recognizing the talent who can shape the society. I don't know much about this society, but when Mr. Kranti and Professor Rao, they apprised me of the objectives, the vision of the society, and particularly as emphasized by Professor Rao, non-commercial motive in organizing things. That made me to be here today, and I am happy to see all of you and having an opportunity to interact for a few minutes with you. Today, as the very title of the award is concerned, it is in the name of Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. All of us know that he is one of the great scholars that India ever has produced in philosophy, who addressed UNO extempore. Very rarely it happens in UNO, somebody, when he was given a chance to speak, they prepare and they read out the text because they are not sure if some thought which may attract the attention of the critics, so they don't want to go by that. He astonished all the members of UN by giving a speech extempore in a body like United Nations organization. Such a great scholar. And our state is very much connected with him. He served for a brief period, a few months, in Government Arts College, Rajahmundry, as a tutor, I think. And after that, he moved to Jadavpur University and came back to the state to serve as Vice Chancellor of Andhra University. He was the elected Vice Chancellor of Andhra University for 5 years. In the foundational days of Andhra University, his contribution is still only adding value to the university. He loves teaching and teaching profession. And I was told that in Jadavpur University, where he was served, in the library of Jadavpur University, still there are answer scripts which are valued by Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan as a model for the teachers how to value an answer script. We all examiners, we all do value the papers, but not like what Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan did. For every paragraph written by the student, the comments of Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan were there. How that point can be improved, that becomes a lesson to the student. Such a great scholar, in his name you are receiving awards today. That means this award gives you additional responsibility to become a true teacher, a true performer hereafter. Whatever you have done in your own style, in your own way, and with the inputs that you have received from your teachers and the fellow society that you have. Now that you have to learn the teaching personality of Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, and you have to promote the values that he has promoted. Yes, teaching profession now became very challenging. It is becoming more and more challenging because knowledge sector is crossing all the lines. When you have huge changes in the knowledge sector, our job becomes more and more critical. The 21st century witnessed revolutionary changes in the knowledge sector and is considered as one of the fastest growing sector today. Many problems, many questions, many unresolved issues up to 20th century, they were resolved in the last 2 decades. And the speed at which we are progressing, we are unable to visualize how the education sector would be in the next decade. Many changes are happening. The COVID pandemic throughout the world triggered the change in the system in such a way that the conventional thinking is totally smashed in. New thought process got into. Business, not the institutional commercialization of the business. New business in the form of edutech companies entered into the picture. World top-end companies, they started recognizing education is one of the most profitable vertical they can focus upon. They are investing billions of dollars on this, visualizing that future is theirs. Already they have entered into the conventional system as a support system to the conventional system. whether it is Coursera, whether it is Microsoft, whether it is Google, whether it is Infosys. So many companies are investing heavily on e-content development, identifying the best teaching resource in the world, erasing the language barriers, erasing the cultural barriers, erasing the system diversities. They wanted to make the world as one educational platform for which every student gets connected. The technology influence in the system is so high. Now that ChatGPT is raising the eyebrows, creating so many challenges to the teachers. While you are trying to identify 5 or 6 key areas in a particular topic, the ChatGPT is giving 10 to 15 latest areas in that. In a fraction of a second, the student is going to see the ChatGPT there, the answer there, and looking at the teacher what he is doing. Got the point? How do you face the students now who are in the next 5 years? You can imagine with the digital revolution that is taking place, digital infrastructure investments that are taking place, the focus that is being given by various governments, visualizing the requirements of the society. How we cope up with this kind of student, young force, and how you maintain your distinctive identity that teacher is a bank of knowledge. How you go by? This is a very big challenge. We should realize we should be ready to work hard and prove that the technologies like ChatGPT and others are not substitutes to the teachers. So one line I wanted to communicate to all of you on this occasion. The difference that we can make in the minds of the students is not by teaching impressively the content that is already become a history. So you must become a very good researchers who can open up the new areas, new thought processes, new ways of recognizing the problems, new ways of solving the problems, which no technology can provide immediately. Technology is the best to mobilize the information, organize the information of the past and the present, not the future. We are expecting the student, the 21st century skills says that the student should have the capability of problem solving, student should have creative thinking, student should have reflective thinking, student should have outer box thinking. Your experience is your asset, no doubt about it. if you do not continuously add value to your experience, you may not be considered as a teacher of high value, teacher of respect. So once you are prepared to take an award, you should consider this as a responsibility to add value to the award by continuously performing beyond the expectations of the teachers, the students, and beyond the expectations of the system. We are preparing the youth for the future. You know, the India is number one as far as the size of the population is concerned. Not only that, it is number one as far as the size of the youth population is concerned. We have huge demographic dividend. And unfortunately, the higher education is accessible to only 27.2% of the youth. When many developed countries and many societies are aging, looking for the youth to protect and promote their economies, they are looking at India to save them, to save their economies, to take human resource of the country. We have still 73% of the population are either semi-skilled or low-skilled, but not properly skilled. That is where the government of India, different state governments, and the National Education Policy 2020, they have realized they wanted the quality education to be given to the students. The gross enrollment ratio to be expanded beyond 50%, so that the world human resource needs can be addressed by India. So we all have great responsibility, not only to make the student just pass a particular degree or a diploma. We should ensure basically three important things to happen in our system. One is knowledge dissemination. We should become knowledgeable, then only we can disseminate the knowledge. It is not the history that can be repeated all the time. We have to continuously update ourselves to disseminate knowledge. Second part is skilling the people for two different purposes. One is to make them ready for employment. That means employability skills. And the second is to make them ready to start a business, promote entrepreneurship. The third area which every teacher should take the responsibility of at least 10% of the students you address in a year is to make them innovative, creative thinkers. You have to identify the advanced learners, groom them to become creative thinkers. So they become the leaders inspirational personalities, motivators to the others. So that kind of strategic approach in planning your career further is very important, not only for you and for the institutions where you are serving, for the entire society across the globe. Now we cannot think of only India. We have to think of the entire globe where Indians will have a legitimate place because of the needs that are existing in the entire world. We become the largest exporters of human resource services to the rest of the world. In that way, all of us should take an oath on this particular day that we rededicate ourselves, realize the societal needs, understand the dynamic needs of the students, and design such system, whether it is curriculum or pedagogy or emotional connectivity with the students, in whatever way that is possible, and we make the students ready to serve the society, not only to earn a living, to build a career, but to become good citizens in the world, not only in the country. So, societal dimension is very important. We should make them aware of the societal needs, societal sensibilities, sentiments, so that they can deliver such products and services which will not harm the society, which will promote the social interests. Without taking the social interests at the core of our mind, any kind of system that you design, that will not going to be survived. That a teacher should take the responsibility first in making every student understand the society, understand the system, and not only the positives of the system, but also the shortcomings of the system which need to be corrected. These people will work on and do that. So on this very occasion, I congratulate all of you once again for the wonderful service you are extending all through the years, and I am 100% sure that you will become more and more responsible in shaping your students, in shaping your institution, and shaping the neighborhood. And I expect all of you to become very good contributors for change in the world, positive change in the world. So thank you very much. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir. The session will be continued after a short break.